I gotta run in my stockings. Never mind. I've been studying here for 3 months, so obviously I'll be leaving here anytime soon. I thank you for allowing me to be a part of this ceremony before I leave. So today, here in this party, for the majority of guys, it must be the first time seeing me, right? So we are completely strangers. Let me ask you a question. What do you think of me?
Pretty!
If you could just raise your hand and tell me your first impression of me, that'd be awesome. Anyone? No one, right? I was afraid of unexpected answers, so I guess it's better. So, I've heard so many times that others' first impression of me is not quite good. Also, teachers here in Pines were no exception. Of course, they didn't say it immediately, but after they got to know me better and realized I'm totally different from how I look, they said, I just look like I'm a party whore, I like boys, I like guys, I just want to be pretty, like that. And I also heard that I look kind of arrogant and intimidating. Yeah, I've already heard those kinds of comments a lot of times that I'm used to it. I'm used to it. People usually do not believe it when I say I don't like drinking or I don't enjoy going to clubs. But it is true. And actually, I'm a Christian. Though it hasn't been a long time since I started to go to church, well, I am. But when I talked about my values, my belief, my faith, teachers usually got surprised because I never look like I'm a Christian. Besides, one of my teachers told me that his first impression of me was like Haley in the American drama Modern Family. You know what she's like? She's stupid, she never studies, she always wants to be popular. So, I've been thinking I'm a victim of a first bad impression. But the funny thing is, I myself also make the same mistakes quite often. In Chapis building, while walking down the hallway, I can encounter many teachers and students that I don't know, that I totally don't know. But from time to time, I tend to judge them by their appearances, the way they dress, the way they look at people or something. There was a teacher that I had a bad first impression on. When I first saw her, I thought, she looks so self-conscious. She's not my kind of person. So I hope she will never become my teacher. But on the first day of the next term, as you can guess, I found myself sitting in front of her in the class. Yeah, she became my teacher. And then later, I found her really nice, really fun, and easygoing, and good at teaching as well. So finally, at the end of the term, she ended up being one of my favorite teachers. It's ridiculous, right? So one day, while talking about first impressions with another teacher, we did a small, interesting experiment. It was like that. There were classes going on in every classroom, and we were roaming around in the building, and we saw some teachers in the class. Of course, we chose the teachers that I don't know, but my teacher knows about their personalities. And I said what I thought about the teachers at first glance. Like, she looks like such a boring person. Or, I don't like his hair. I think it makes him look like a gay. Like that. And she wrote down what I said next to me. And then later, we went back to our classroom and she told me what their real personalities are. The result was completely different. The teacher I mentioned earlier, who has long hair, who I thought was gay, was absolutely not. It turned out He's a rocker. You know, rockers will rock. Rock on, Teacher Mark. Don't worry, Teacher Mark knows about this. What am I trying to say here? First impressions are usually wrong. In most cases, it's incorrect, so we should not rely on them. Of course, this is a very small institution. It's normal to talk about your teachers, right? Sometimes, teachers might also talk about students. But we should not believe what we just hear. Because mutually, it is not good for teachers and students alike. So if you try not to listen to others and prove it yourself, why not? We're not here to judge, we're here to learn. It doesn't apply only in this academy, even with your personal life. You might miss a lot of friends if you jump into conclusions so fast and judge them by their appearances or what you hear about them from others. You can either make or break the relationships because of that. I'm not saying that having first impressions is a bad thing. Of course, we are human, so it's human nature for us to judge whatever we see. So it's impossible not to have it. But what I'm trying to say here is, do not think that first impression is last impression. Don't trust your first impression too much. Lastly, I want to leave you with a statement that I really like that goes, everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. Once again, this is Sophie, and thank you for listening.